Welcome to the Ostomy Body Positive Confidence Chronicles, where we highlight inspiring ostomy journeys through education, relatable stories, and expert insights. We also feature companies, products, and professionals improving ostomy care. Please like, share, subscribe, and or join our movement. The Facebook group link is in the description below. I just do a little dance because it takes a while to go live. And I feel like there's time that I need to entertain people.
I got you.
So, you can dance if you want, but if you do, you just make up the music in your head as you go because there's no theme
Oh,
song,
trust me, you don't want me to dance.
right? All right. It looks like we're live now in the group. And okay. Welcome back to Ostomy Body Positive interview with an Ostomate series. And today, Patrick Worley allowed us to let him bless us with his presence. And he even downloaded Zoom just for this endeavor.
Yeah,
And he did it. He did it on his own. So congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah. All right. So what we are going to do, I think Dwayne is going to give me a thumbs up if the volume's good. Dwayne, you hear the volume pretty good? Want to make sure we keep this recorded and that we have
Sorry,
this.
I'm getting dinner out of the oven as we speak.
Oh, hey, there you go. What did you cook me?
Well, you're welcome to get down here. It'll be cold by the time you get here, but
Well, yeah,
I got just some frozen pizzas. It may not be worth the trip.
well, hey, do anything for a free meal, right?
There you go.
All
And
right.
you got to be careful. I don't know about anything.
That's true. That's true. All right. So Dwayne says we're live and it sounds good. So we're ready to rock and roll. Are you good on your pizzas there?
Yeah, I was just
Perfect.
making sure I didn't burn them.
Don't burn them.
Yeah, my wife should be home in the next few minutes from her job. So,
Nice, nice. Well, that's good. Good man. Having dinner ready for her.
well, I try to. It
Nice.
doesn't work every time, but
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you had your ostomy? Well, tell us about yourself first. You aren't all your ostomy, but we do want to hear about that.
okay. 48-year-old male. Obviously I'm a male. I've had my ostomy since September of 22, due to Crohn's disease.
Okay.
During a routine colonoscopy, it became not so routine. The doctor inadvertently perforated my colon.
Mm.
When he did that, things happened. I came home same day from the colonoscopy. Later that day, I just wasn't feeling good at all. I had some
Yeah.
really, really severe cramping down on
Mm-hmm.
the lower part of my abdomen. Told my wife about it. I thought maybe I needed to eat something because I hadn't eaten anything all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So I ate, I don't know, maybe some saltine crackers or something small. Laid down, taking a nap. I woke up in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours later, and in so much pain that I couldn't get out of the bed.
Ooh.
What had happened is I had become septic from everything leaking down into my abdomen.
Yeah.
My wife was on her way home from somewhere else, and I was trying to wait for her to get home so she could just drive me to the hospital or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she was delayed, so I decided to go ahead and call an ambulance.
Oh.
I used to work for this ambulance service, so that was quite embarrassing.
Ugh.
But ambulance got there. They spent some time hee hawing out in the road for a minute, which didn't make me too happy.
Right.
But they finally got me loaded up and they took me up to the hospital. And during this time, I had called the after hours number to let the doctor know that I was on the way to the hospital and what was going on.
Yeah.
He said, good, that it's probably what he would recommend me going to the hospital. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
bring anything at all up about, the perforation of the colon.
Yeah.
So he went ahead and called the hospital that I was going to, and because it was attached to his clinic,
Okay.
and let them know that I was on the way and roughly what time I would be there. I'm
Mm.
so sorry. I got 400 things going on here.
Oh, that's all right.
Um, so when I get to the hospital, I'm immediately wheeled back to a room, which is great. All kinds of ultrasounds,
Mm-hmm.
MRIs, CAT scans. I think I was on every machine in that place at
Oh,
one point or
jeez.
another. Doctor comes in and says that I'm septic and that
Mm.
one of the ultrasounds shows a perforation in my colon,
Oh.
and my blood pressure at the time, the first blood pressure I remember them telling me what it was 104 over 58,
Oh,
which I
that's
was a
pretty,
pretty big guy and had
that's
high blood
low.
pressure problems.
Mhm.
So 104 over 58 is super low for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Um, I had considered when I woke up laying down again, thinking, I'll sleep it off because, I'm a man and
Mhm.
I'm tough and I don't need all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I told the doctor this, and the doctor told me, he said, it's a good thing you didn't. He said, because I doubt you would have woke up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from there, I was wheeled up to surgery, and the doctor went in and repaired the perforation.
Hmm.
The next morning, I woke up with this weird bag on me. I'm like, what the heck is this? I didn't have time to go over anything as far as knowing what was going to happen, anything like that.
Yeah.
Uh, so the doctors came back in the next morning, actually, and there were three doctors
Mm.
standing at the end of my bed, which that kind of scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
And they told me everything about the surgery and that everything went well. They thought they had the perforation repaired, and that they recommended going back in and removing, I think they said 14 to 18 inches at the time.
Oh, wow.
Well, I've got a little bit of a medical background and I've got a lot of colon cancer in my family.
Okay.
So I asked them, I said, can I have overnight to think about this and talk with my wife about it? So they agreed as long as it was the very next morning.
Yeah.
So they agreed, and I talked with my wife, and she'll tell you too, I'm a all in guy. I'm an
Yeah.
all or nothing guy. So the next morning, the doctors came in and asked me what I had decided. And I told them, I said, listen, I said, I've got family members that have been down this colon cancer road. I said, now I
Yeah.
know this is not cancer. I said, but I'm not going to come back every year and a half to two
Right.
years to have another 8 to 10 inches removed.
Yeah.
I said, so
Exactly.
if you're going in there, because the way I see it, this is on your dime
Right.
because it's
Right.
their fault. I said, if you're going back in, I said, just take it all.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you realize that'll leave you with a permanent ileostomy is what I have.
Okay.
And I said, I do realize that. And I said, I don't like it. I said, but I'll have to deal with it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's as
Yeah.
long as I'm on the green side.
Well,
So
that's
I don't know,
smart.
2 or 3 hours later, they came in and prepped me, and I was on my way back to the OR. I had no idea how long I was in the OR, but
Mhm.
anyway, I came out of that again, had this weird bag on me. I don't know what's going on with that. Um, my wife is scared to death because she's going to have to help do some of this stuff until
Yeah.
I learn how to do it, which ended
Yeah.
up taking a lot longer than I preferred.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm
That's
sorry, I lose my train of thought
No, that's
sometimes.
perfect. That's perfect. It's great to know kind of how you got your ostomy, and it's got to be a challenging scenario to go into the hospital not knowing that you're going to get one, and then you do. A lot of that happens to a lot of people,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So you're another classic case of that, which yeah, that's super scary. But it seems like you really seem like you handled it well. And I think you made a really good decision. Not that I'm a doctor or know anything, but I also have Crohn's disease. And so getting rid of the bad part of your intestine, it's not a bad idea, especially with the colon cancer in your family. What do you do for a living, and how did that impact your job situation
Well, right now, I was out of work for almost 8 months after my
after
surgery because
that?
I got
Yeah.
septic and I had to go through so much at-home rehab and at-home
Yeah.
medical care, uh, IV antibiotics every other day and different things of that nature.
Right.
But I went back to a sales position where I sell flooring.
Okay.
Um, I took a hiatus from my fire department, Lawrenceburg Fire Department. Got to give them a
Okay.
shout out.
Nice.
Took a little hiatus from them for a little while, and I've recently, last July, right before July 4th, I rejoined the fire department with a little bit different role. I can't, I won't allow myself to make entry on a structure fire.
Okay.
So on structure fires and stuff, I pump the truck. I'm the engineer, if you will.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
get to stay outside and don't get to have no fun, if that makes any sense at all. But I still feel like I'm helping things, and that was a big
You
thing for
are.
me.
Yes, thank you. That's good. That's thanks for your service in that, right?
Thank you.
And so as far as family goes, you have a wife. Do you have children?
We do not have children. I've got a
Okay.
dog that I put outside just for this interview because he'd be all over it. Been married since 2001. This September 15th is our 25th anniversary.
Nice.
Her name is Jennifer. She should be here just about any minute.
Oh, okay. She can pop her
But
head in. Yeah. Well, so can
no,
you?
we got fur babies. Is all we got.
That's okay. That's all right. That's good. That's, a lot of people are deciding not to have children these days. You can't blame them. There's a lot going on out there. It's crazy, crazy times. Well, can you share a moment when your ostomy? Well, I guess this. I don't like this question for you. This doesn't make sense. Now, however, maybe it does make sense. With your Crohn's disease, did you have a lot of flare-ups? Were you having a lot of flare-ups? It was bothering you?
Obviously, I didn't know anything at all about Crohn's when they told me I
Okay.
had Crohn's. I thought I had a stomach ache.
Okay.
Once a week or so, I would get this kind of nauseous feeling, and
Yeah.
just like I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
finally just scheduled a doctor's appointment, let him know what's going on.
Right.
He didn't really diagnose me at that point. He sent me because I was at that time where it was time to start them. He sent me for a colonoscopy. So
Okay.
I got my colonoscopy, and that's when he came out and he said, "Man," he said, "everything looked good with the colonoscopy." He said, "I did remove some polyps and different things like that." He said, "We'll send them off. You know how all that goes, I'm
Yeah.
sure." He said, "But you have a very severe case of what's
Mm-hmm.
called Crohn's disease."
Mm.
Well, I didn't know what the heck, I didn't even know how to spell Crohn's disease.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I had, obviously, my wife and I both had several questions and different things like that. What do we do? How do
Sure.
we get this? Different things like that. How do we cure it? Well, obviously, there's no cure as of
Sure.
yet. I'm hoping there's some research going on for a cure. I think that there
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Um, but,
So
it just turned my world upside down, you know.
did, did you think that now having your ostomy, can you see a difference in your bowels? Do you think it's helped you, really helped you regain confidence and just being, your average everyday life, like going about your life? Has it helped it?
I never really did lose much function when I did have the
Okay.
Crohn's and different things
Okay.
like that. I kept, for lack of a better term, pushing through it. It's
Okay.
pain is temporary, pride is forever. That's what my dad raised
Right.
me up on.
Right.
And so, no, I'm that guy that nothing ever hurts or anything like that. But as far as did it change me? Obviously, it changed me after my surgery for the first
Yeah.
9 months,
Yeah.
9 months or so.
Okay.
I got down to, I'm a pretty decent sized feller. I got down to right at 130 pounds, which is
Mm,
just a skeleton for me.
yeah.
Um, Gaining weight back was the biggest thing. And I
Yeah.
got my weight back, but now I think I gained a little bit too much back, to be honest.
So
But
what has really been a big challenge to adjusting to life with an ostomy? What's been the biggest challenge for you?
I was very scared to, I love hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
Okay. And with an ostomy, I was very scared to attempt deer hunting
Yeah.
because of scent,
Because of why?
because of scent,
Oh, okay. The
the,
scent.
the,
Oh,
the
yeah.
smell.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, granted, I can't smell it. I don't feel like people around me can smell it or anything, but I know it's there.
Right. Right.
Um, so the first kind of aha moment I had was when a friend of mine invited me to go with them on a deer hunt, and I went, and that's the first time since I'd got the ostomy about a year and a half earlier.
Hmm.
That's the first time that I literally was sitting in the tree stand, relaxed, and I forgot that I had an ostomy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I put my hand in my pocket and I was like, "What the? Oh,
You forgot.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah."
But
But
and with deer hunting and hunting and fishing, I can imagine that it might kind of help because you don't have to go look for a bathroom, you know?
true in most cases.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with my ileostomy, mine is very active,
Okay.
and sometimes I can go 4, 5, 6, 7 hours and
Yeah.
barely get any output.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll fill up in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So kind of depending. Well, how has your self-image changed or has it since having your ostomy?
Well, especially the first 8 months to a year afterwards, it changed pretty drastically.
Yeah.
Um, once I was able to finally put some weight back on, feel
Mhm.
like I looked halfway healthy and was able to kind of start doing a few more things on my own instead of having to rely on
Yeah.
everybody else for help.
Like feeling
Um,
strong again, I'd
to
imagine.
me, yeah,
Hmm.
to me, there's absolutely nothing now that I can't do with an
Yeah.
ostomy that I couldn't
Yeah.
do when I did not have an ostomy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Is
might have to go about it a little bit different way, but
right. Right. What would you give do you have any advice that you would give to people who may be suffering from body image? Like, at first there was overwhelming feelings and
well, I
um
don't want to be that guy. But I will say my best advice would be always be just to give it to God and trust Him.
yeah.
Um, I had multiple conversations with God over that, and
Mhm.
it was funny. I was in the hospital, and I had opened my Bible and just
Mhm.
put my finger down on a particular verse. I opened it up and read wherever I had pointed. I didn't know what it was, and it was
Yeah.
2 Timothy 4:7.
Mhm.
And just to paraphrase it, it's basically keep the faith, fight the fight, and finish the race.
I love
Well,
how
my
those
race is not done. He
yeah.
showed me
Yeah.
that my race is not done,
Yeah.
and I'm going to fight until the bitter end. And it's all because of him that I'm still waking up on the green side every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my best advice is just as far as that goes, to find a church,
Yeah.
find a fellow Ostomate to talk to that maybe can share similar
Yeah.
or in some cases different experiences.
Yeah.
I was actually a little bit lucky when I was in the hospital with mine. Sheriff here in where I live.
Mhm.
Um, was going through the same thing. He had had an ostomy for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. And he was
Mhm.
actually in a hospital getting his reversed while I
Mhm.
was getting mine.
Oh, wow.
So I met with him and talked with him several times. Matter of fact, she gave me a lot of his materials when he no longer needed it. So that helped
Nice.
me out because I didn't have to buy
Nice.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
really
yeah,
about it.
finding faith, right? I mean, that's kind of where you kind of put it towards, like really,
Exactly.
anchoring in God and the Bible for you, and that's amazing. Is there what's a misconception that you wish more people understood about living with an ostomy? Because I can imagine, like, going back into the workplace, you don't know anybody else who has an ostomy, probably, right? So how has
No,
that been, or how have you wished that other people understood it?
I've had more weird experiences with other customers than I have anything with myself in general. I've had
Yeah.
experiences where somebody would see a slight bulge in my stomach, and I've actually been questioned about, hey, what do you have under your shirt? Are
Oh,
you are you stealing something? Are you
oh
shoplifting or something
no.
like that?
Oh,
Um, you got to find grace in moments like that. I mean, that's
yeah.
all you can do.
Yeah.
I have a very very hot temper, so I had to learn how to bite my tongue a lot of times.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, But no, I don't really feel any differences
Yeah.
now that I'm finally used to it. The
Yeah.
biggest stigma I got is if I go to bed, if I do have a leak, which I'm very fortunate, if I do have a leak while I'm in bed, I hope I realize it relatively quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine. And then what's a piece of advice or a tip that you have learned while having an ostomy that's made managing it easier on a day-to-day basis?
As far as doing a change, I use a lot of paste. I have to use a convex bag because of the way my stoma is situated and different things.
Mhm, mhm.
A deep convex.
Okay.
But instead of using the paste straight out of the tube,
Hmm.
the best advice I got actually came from that sheriff's wife.
Okay.
They bought some 10 cc syringes
Hmm.
and they squeezed the paste out of the tube into those little syringes. That's much more controllable, if that
Oh,
makes
okay.
sense.
Okay.
So I use those 10 cc syringes when I'm doing a change or whatever, and that makes putting the paste on so much easier and so
Oh,
much
yeah.
cleaner and
Yeah, I suppose you're
different
not
things
getting
like
it
that.
all over your fingers or,
Yeah,
kind of
it's a
thing.
lot more, a lot of, I'm able to control it much better, control the flow and the amount, and
Yeah.
put it
Yeah.
in different places where it's needed more so.
Okay. That's actually a good tip. I've never heard that one before. I don't use the paste, but for people who do, I can imagine that's a great tip. Yeah, never heard that before. All right, and then one last question I didn't prepare you for. But if you had to write a fortune cookie message about life with an ostomy, what would it say?
live it.
Okay. That's
I
good.
mean, just get up and go. It's not going to slow you down. Just,
Yeah.
you know, take everything day by day and just walk
Yeah.
through it. Keep that
Okay.
faith, fight that fight, and finish your race.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you. That's awesome. Anything else last you'd like to say? This has been really helpful. People love hearing stories, and you're doing some service to others by sharing and getting on here, especially since you're not even used to being on Zoom. So,
Yeah.
that takes a lot of courage to get up here and talk with potentially 8,000 people watching it. So, not to
Well,
scare you
I don't
or
have it on where I can see how many people are watching or anything like that, which is probably a good thing.
right now you're good, but by after it's been on for a while, there's a lot of views that end up happening on those things. So
Well, good. I hope it helps. And anybody that does watch, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or anything like that. My name's Patrick Worley. DM me through Facebook, and I'll be more than glad to talk to you through chat or something of that nature.
awesome. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy your dinner and enjoy tomorrow. You got a long work week in front of you. Today's only Monday, so get out there and
Tell me about it.
get her done.
That's right.
All right. Thank you. Have a good
Thank you
night.
very much, ma'am. Have a good night.
You too.